Let's have a little look here. Yeah, hope you're all well. Today now, the idea is going to be a little demonstration of making some different items in wood using the different methods that we go through. It's simple little gift items. That's the main focus of what we do. The idea is going to be a little demonstration. Right, so far we can see we're live. I've got the telephone on. I'll just check the audio again. In wood. Yeah, brilliant. Everything seems okay. Any comments or anything as we go along, let us know. Thomas Woodcarver is out of workshop at the moment. If he does come back, we've got a few other cameras set up for as and when we go through the processes of making different things. So let's get into it. Oh, there's a few joining us. Hello there. Hope all is well. A happy new year to everybody. Yeah, the first things we're going to go through then is some of the preparation that we do. Chris, hello. Yes, we are live, and we hope that we will stay live throughout the whole of this this demonstration. Fingers crossed, because we do have a few glitches. But yeah, nice to be live. Hope all is well. Hope you're busy making stuff and you're ready for making stuff in 2023. Oh, and Gabby as well. Check out Gabby's channel, everyone, as well, if you want to see some lovely demonstrations of making vehicles and things like that. Well worth having a little look. And yeah, we're live, we're ready to go. I'm just checking. That looks a little bit jerky to me, shouldn't be. Let's have a little look. We're on the right setting there. Yeah, perhaps it's just my camera. Let me know as we go along. Hopefully everything is okay. Right, the first thing I'm going to demonstrate is basically how we go about preparing things. Now the first thing, as you can see, I got a few little gift items here ready to go, prepared, and this is a little idea fresh off the thinking board. It's an idea developed then by Thomas Woodcarver, and what you can see, you've got a piece of wood as a backing. He's drilled a little hole, a little recess for a pen to go into, and then using that star bond, we're cutting out different designs. So you can see one there and one there. We're sticking that onto it just to give a little bit of interest. So it's a decorative pen holder. So the first thing that I'm just going to demonstrate is how we would go about making whatever you're going to stick on the front. So the design that I'm going for is a rose. And as you'll probably all be aware by now, or most of you will be aware, that's just my phone in the background there, so excuse the noise. What we do is we use stack cutting. We're big sort of advocates of stack cutting on the scroll saw because it allows you to get the most out of your time on the scroll saw. And the method then that I use, and I know I demonstrate this on the videos, but we'll demonstrate it live for you all to see as well. We use Starbond CA glue. Check out some of our videos if you want a discount on it, if you are planning on using it, because I think if you use the link and the discount code Lovespoons, I think they give you a 10% discount, something like that. But what we do then, see, is we use that accelerant and the CA glue, just put a dab in all four corners, just like so, and then you can cut out several at the same time. So you can see we're working on 3 layers. So you can stick those 3 layers together just like so. Simple as that. And then the other thing, and this is a method that forgive me because I forget who it was who suggested this to me, but it's a method that we're using quite a lot. And that is where we use packing tape. So just simple packing tape, roller packing tape like this, and stick that onto whatever you are cutting out, just like so. And as you're cutting, it lubricates the blade. Now in this particular demonstration, it's not vitally important for us to use that packing tape. And this is something that we will be mentioning a lot in our videos this year because it is something we find really useful. Lubricating the blade in some way we find makes a big difference to our cutting out. It's not essential on this example because the bottom layer of what we're cutting out here is a piece of teak. So when you're using teak, because it's an oily piece of wood, you'll get away with it. It's not as essential for you to lubricate the blade, because the teak, because it's so oily, so full of oil, it's already doing that job for you. But that's just to give you an idea of how we go about preparing it. We've done the same sort of thing with this little design here. A sheep. There's more sheep than people here in Wales, so it's become a bit of an emblem for us in Wales. You've got Cymru, which is Welsh for Wales. And then that one there, we're going to turn that one into a little fridge magnet. So that's the essence of our demonstration today, is to show you making different gift items. We're going to start on the scroll saw. I will then go across to the workbench and I will show you how we go about adding the sort of detail and in many ways fine-tuning the design using the hand carving skills. So I think as we've demonstrated that one so far, we'll start off with the rose. It's got a bit of progression on there really, because with the rose, we're just cutting the outline. And with this one here, with the sheep design, we're going to be doing some internal work, so doing that pierce work as well as cutting around the outside. I've got the little spike as well to show you, because if I was to use that packing tape on this one, we just use the spike to just go through the holes. So yeah, that's why the spike is on our scroll saw bench. Right, any questions as we go along, let me know. Any issues or anything as well, let me know with that as well, and we'll try and fix them, we'll try and sort them out. Other than that then, I'm checking we're on manual focus. Hopefully everything's nice and clear. Hopefully it's good picture and good sounds. And let's get cutting out. I always think, I was watching yesterday, the snooker, I always think that in some ways, making stuff in wood, it's a bit like that, because you've got to be thinking, or chess. Chess is another good example. You have to be thinking a few sort of steps in front. So I've got to make sure that I'm not going to leave myself that little bit to take away. But I also, and as you will have all seen, sometimes I get it completely wrong and have a disaster. But you're always thinking of keeping things attached and keeping the whole design together for as long as possible. And that's what I'm working out here now, is the best way to go about doing that. So we're just working our way around the surround of that one. Yeah, so hopefully it's giving you an idea of how that's coming together. yeah, a simple little cut like that. But that is the beauty of working with the scroll saw, is straight away we've got our surround now for our rows. That is ready now for going across to the workbench and to start cutting out. So you can see simple little surround. The top layer, we've got that, all those lines, they're already marked out for us. So that means that it's ready. We can follow those lines, use them as guidelines, ready for cutting out. Sometimes when I do a design like a rose or a Tudor rose, oh, we lost something there. It's just, sorry, just noticed something's cropped up. There was a problem with the server. We are live. Hello, Sawyer Rob. Good to have you with us. Any issues as well, anybody, let me know, because we're still getting used to this different method of live streaming. So any problems, let me know, and it's all positive feedback as far as we're concerned at this stage, because we're learning as we go in. Yeah, another little bit is to keep those surrounding pieces. The reason for that is it can make it easier, because the way we grip our projects in the vise. Problem I got now, I can't remember how this one goes together again. Let's have a look. Does that one go there? No. That must be the bottom layer. So that must go on there. It can sometimes just make life easier. There we are. That goes like that. And then this one goes... Let's have a look. That goes like that. There we are. So we can put these layers together. And sometimes if you keep those pieces... Once we got that one back, which way does it go? Like that. Yeah, if you keep those different pieces, sometimes it can come in useful when you're doing your hand carving afterwards, because it makes it a lot easier to grip in the vise. So when we're holding it in the vise, it might be worth sometimes keeping those offcuts just to make life easier for yourself. So it is a little method, a technique that we use to make sure that we can grip whatever we're carving slightly more easily. Right, let's move on to our sheep. So the first thing I'm going to do, because we're doing pierce work, the nice thing we're working with this Hegner Multicut 2S, the bed that we've got on it, it's got that detachable piece, and that will allow those blocks of wood just to fall down and out of the way. As I said, I'm not going to worry too much about lubricating the blade, because we're working in that Burmese teak. So that will be lubricating it as we cut out. And the idea with this one, we're going to turn this one later on into a fridge magnet. Again, any questions about the process, let me know. Any thoughts, any input you need on any techniques and things that you're doing as well, yeah, give me a shout. Sometimes as well, we get a few little comments about the feed speed, the speed that we cut at. And it is slightly slower when I'm cutting out on 3 layers like this. I slow it down so I can basically, I want to get it as accurate as possible to mean that we have the minimum amount of work afterwards. So that's why I tend to take things a little bit more steady when cutting a piece like this out. Because you're cutting those 3 out, it's just easier to get it right the first time. Also as well, some of the things we got coming up on the channel, next week for our live stream, we're going to focus on the Lovespoon, something we haven't done for a little while. We're hopefully going to be joined, as in they're going to be watching what we're doing, and that's one of the primary schools here in Wales. So we're going to be giving them a little insight into what we've done with the tradition here at our family workshop, and we're going to explain a bit about the tradition, and we're going to demonstrate some Lovespoon carving. So hopefully, you know, that'll be interesting for everyone. Also, we'll have some Valentine's stuff on the channel as well. We'll hopefully get our Valentine's video finished in time. Of course, for those who don't know, we have St. Dwayne Wins, which is next, not this Wednesday, the following Wednesday. And that's what we celebrate here in Wales as well. It's the Welsh version of Valentine's Day. Always useful to have a little scroll saw blade by the side of you when you're cutting out, so any little blocks that get stuck, you can just push them out the way using a spare scroll saw blade. Here we are, we just push that down. Yeah, just check that it's a nice clean cut. Happy with everything, so we can move on to the next cut on the scroll saw. somebody else has joined us there. I'll just check who it is. Seems like an age. Hello to the carver. Hope all is well. Great to have you with us. Another fellow woodworker who's got a channel here on YouTube. So yeah, if you like seeing things being made in wood, another channel well worth checking out is The Carvers. And in terms of finding it, I find the best search for The Carvers channel is if you put in The Carver Owl and you look for his profile picture, it should come up. So you can see we're just getting that basic shape. One question we get asked as well, where do we get the ideas for different designs and things like this? Quite often it's through the Lovespoons that we make. Excuse me. People will ask us to, can you make this, can you make that, can you make the other? And then certain symbols, certain ideas, certain themes, we look at it and think that would work well for a design for us to repeat or make something else from. And that's exactly what's happened here. Somebody asked us for like a cartoon sheep on a Lovespoon, and then from here we thought that would be appropriate for a fridge magnet, maybe a coaster, because the sheep is associated with Wales, so we can use it to make all sorts of things. concludes the pierce work. So we've done all of those internal cuts. And then from here then, see, we can put that little piece on the scroll saw. We can put that back in. And then from there, we can cut out the surrounds. And this is the essence then, for anyone who isn't familiar with what we do, this is the essence of what we do. We do our preparation of our projects using the machines, mainly the scroll saw, and then we combine that by adding detail and putting more interest into the design by using the hand carving skills. And that's what we will go across to then, is across to the workbench and using our hand carving tools. I've got a camera set up over there, so I'll switch across to that, but I'm going to move my main camera because that's got the microphone on it. I've just bought a new microphone, so hopefully I won't need to do that in future live streams. And with Thomas Woodcarver not here today, that makes things a little bit more tricky. But we work through it. You'll have to have a bit of patience with me, but hopefully we'll be able to sort it all out. We cut this around. Okay, so that cuts out the surrounds. Let's just take the pieces out there. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. And as per normal, the third layer just needs a little bit, just that one piece there hanging on. Get an old scroll saw blade and just cut it out, just like so. But other than that, yeah, we got ourselves 3. That bottom layer as well, I had to sand it down a little bit more than I'd have liked to have. Right, so we'll have to try and get that out of there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take our rows, I'm going to take our sheep, we're going to go across to the workbench, show you a bit of carving. Any thoughts, any questions, let us know. I hope everything is clear, and I hope you can see everything okay. We'll go on to the workbench. We've got another camera set up, ready and in great anticipation of Thomas the Woodcarver coming back. But there we are, that's the one we've got set up at the moment on the workbench. Oh, drop the block of woods. We're going to move across. So bear with me 2 seconds while we move everything. Right, so we're just moving things across. I need to invest in another chair, so I don't have to keep moving the chair about. But you'll see we've got all sorts of different items. This is what happens, see, people ask us when they're learning wood carving, oh, any chance I can get some offcuts? And the truth is that an offcut to us is next to nothing. Let's have a little look. Right, I'll move this main camera across because that's got the microphone and everything on. So bear with me as I do that. Hopefully I'll manage to move everything across without any problems, without any issues. This looks cool. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. We were up in Swansea on the weekend. Our son had his first football tournament. His first game of football, and he ended up playing up in Swansea City. Start to zoom in to go on. There we are. Right, now hopefully we're just turning everything round. Okie dokie. And we're on. Are we still with you? Everything looks alright at the moment. Okay, so the first one I'm going to work on is that rose one. So I'll just put that in the vise. That will actually hold without putting the blocks on. So that's all okay. And I'm going to zoom it in on the other camera. Get our focus. Right, okay, so hopefully now, if I go back to that camera there, hopefully you should have a good view of the carving. Right, so, and I'm going to have a closer check of my my own view of what I can see. Let's have a little look. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so we're on here hopefully. Yeah, let me know if everything's okay, if everything's nice and clear, and as well if you can hear everything nice and clearly. Right, so we start off in the centre, and I'm going to start off with a small gouge, just like so. And we're just going to cut that little centrepiece out. And this is the idea, this is my plan, and I'd like to know everyone's thoughts on this. There will still be plenty of scroll sawing on the channel this year, but I'm hoping to put in a little bit more wood carving. And of course, first and foremost, we are Lovespoon carvers, so I'm planning on trying to get a little bit more Lovespoon carving on the channel as well. Right, let's have a little look. We just work our way around the outsides. Like so. So, when it comes to wood carving, if any of you are interested in that side of it, everything is working perfectly today. Famous last words, famous last words. If it goes wrong now, I'm blaming the carver. There we are. So, we've simplified everything, see? We've got too much technology now, I think, is the problem. And so I've simplified everything back down, and we're keeping things nice and simple. So hopefully the more simple we keep it. I hope you had a good tournament, Jack. Yeah, well, the first thing we had to find where we were going. But he had great fun. And what an experience to see all the facilities that they've got in the professional clubs like that. Incredible. So yeah, he had great fun. And it's been very good for him because he's not 6 yet. But to have that experience of being able to go and enjoy doing something like that, fantastic. So yeah, we were really pleased with it. Right, so you can see what we're doing. For any of you who are interested then, who may be at the start of learning how to do wood carving, the first thing you can do, all of your stop cuts. And stop cuts, they're basically where you cut down into the woods. As I said, there's a few channels that we would recommend. We use fingernail gouges and clamp everything in the vise. If you want to see other styles of carving, there's the carver, of course. Worth checking out the channel and seeing the techniques. And the carver does some lovely explanations and demonstrations. And I'm looking forward. I'm hoping there's going to be plenty of videos on the channel this year. But as a different carving style to ourselves. So it's great to see different techniques and methods, and of course different things suit us. You may find that the techniques the carver uses suit you better than our own. What we do, see, we clamp it in a vise. We use fingernail gouges to mark out the stop cuts. So that is where we're cutting down into the wood. Afterwards then, we use those stop cuts as a barrier to cut into. And of course, most of those principles will be the same for the carver as ourselves, but there's just slightly different ways because the carver does slightly more sculpture carving, things like that as well. So yeah, well worth checking out that channel. So you can see we're working our way through. It's the same. That's why we recommend having a look at Gabby's channel, because Gabby makes a lot of cars and toys and things like that. So that, and models, not so much toys, models. So yeah, again, we always recommend checking other people's channels. There's the it's great to sort of just to really learn by watching, and you may not, everything that you see you may not think you're going to use, but by learning all the time different techniques, different things, it all helps. Oh!
I'll have to shave tonight.
Oh my goodness, we'll have to share this with everybody. We'll have to share this with everybody. Here we go. Let's move that one across. Let's move that across. Is that on?
I'll have to shave tonight after.
Here we are. Nico's just arrived. Say hello to everyone. It's a bearded Nico. We've been away that long. Nico's grown a beard. There we go.
I'll have to shave tonight.
You'll have to have a good shave.
Yep.
There we are. You've been doing your concert, haven't you? We're going to see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, I've been doing my concert for Granny and Gramps.
Brilliant. How did it go?
Good.
Good. Top man. There we are. And so he's grown a beard.
Is this a live stream?
It is a live stream. Do you want to see? You said hello to everyone.
Oh, hi.
There we are. Right. And what we're going to do? Can you see? You're on there. Can you see? And now what we're going to do? We're going to go back across. And I tell you what you could do for me is tell Gramps when he's finished his tea, because he probably have a cup of tea now. If he does get a chance, if he can go on the scroll saw.
Daddy, there's another.
Can you see? You're on there.
Yeah.
Oh no! Careful! You're pushing the tripod. 2 seconds. Don't worry. I'll put it back.
Someone said something.
Oh, it's still on there. Yeah. Who's put it? It's the carver. He says trying to look like him. He's got a beard as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
There we are. So if you can do that for me, Nico, if you can ask Gramps. But did everything go well in school today?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Top man. There we are. And the play went well?
Yeah.
And you know what you've got to do now, don't you? You've got to rest your voice, because we're coming to see you on Wednesday evening. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
So it looks like you've managed to make this work.
It looks like I've managed to make it work. You're spot on, Nico. Today, Daddy has managed to get the box to work so far. There we are.
Or was it a couple of days ago? No.
So far, so good, Nico. Nothing's gone wrong with the box today. There we are. There's a first time for everything, isn't there, Nico?
Yeah.
Daddy's managed to get it working properly.
HDMI 1.
That's it?
HDMI 3.
That's all the technical terms, Nico, for the different cameras. Right, so, as you're here, Nico, I'll talk you through it. Can you see what Daddy does to do the carving?
Yeah.
We do all of those stop cuts. So we're cutting down into the wood to mark out. And then afterwards, we cut into those edges. And where do we get this wood from? Do you know where we get this wood from?
Spain.
Where in Spain?
Aragon Theo.
Aragon Theo. And who's from Aragon Theo? Pa, that's it. Your abuelo, your gramps in Spain, is from Aragon Theo. There we are. And that's... So we get this wood sent across. And in the future, if they ever develop technology where you can smell what you're seeing, this one is the best one for the perfume that you get. Lovely fragrance as you're working with it. Now what we're going to do, see, we're just going to work into...
If they do get technology then, like that, I'm going to grab that type of wood and just put it...
You like that, do you?
Of those and put it all over me so everyone can...
You like the smell of it, is it?
Yeah. I can just look...
Here comes Gramps. We were just talking about you, Gramps.
I can look at any part of me and...
Did you enjoy the...
Yes.
Did you enjoy the play?
Very good.
There we are. I was wondering, we've got a camera set up ready for you on the other scroll saw. So if you do want to have a little look on there for us, if you've got anything to cut out on there, what I can do, see, we've got it ready to go, yeah? Look, I got a funky little split screen type thing. I'm going
to get wood for the fire first.
Okie dokie.
Tell everybody it's very cold here
So
now.
I tell you what you could do as well. When you do that, you could possibly zoom the camera out a little bit. Right, so we carry on doing our
Dad,
stop
is
cuts.
the camera on?
It is. It's all on.
Well, so I basically went in the camera and went, "Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me."
That's it. Right.
That's literally a YouTube meme. You can hear that happening a lot.
Okie dokie. Right, so let's have a little look. There we are. And we're going to carve away all of the bits. What we do, see, we do as much carving as we can in the one direction, turn it round in the vise and continue to cut into those stop cuts that we've done previously. If you find as well, if you're learning wood carving and you find there's a little bit of wood that won't come away, all you do, you carve that stop cut a little bit deeper. And the idea with this rose then, we're trying to create that effect that the petals are sort of folding behind one another. And this will be ideal for those pen holders. And we'll have to, yeah, Thomas the Woodcarver will have to explain a bit about the pen holders, because that was, where did you get the idea with that one? Oh, he's running off again. Right, so we continue just to take away any waste wood we don't want. Nico's in next door now, he's talking to the camera. So he's in by there. And I've just noticed on that other camera, he's put in the information. I wonder, I'll have to have another look at that. It's putting all the information, all the details from the camera is showing up. Right. How's it looking, Nico?
Good.
Is it coming on?
Do you want to have a look what I've been doing in the other bit?
Well, we'll have a look now. We will have a look. Okay, so once again, we've done as much carving as we can in the one direction, so we turn it back round in the vise, like so. And now we're working. Could possibly do as well, because we're just back, not long, and we could possibly do with a little session on sharpening the chisels and gouges. Right, so again, carving a little bit of depth, a little bit of detail, like so. And hopefully you can see that rose starting to take shape. So most of what we do, see, when we're working with wood, we're trying to create almost like a 3D image, but we're working in 2 dimensions, which I know it sounds a bit contradictory, but we're working in 2 dimensions, but we're trying to create that effect of a 3-dimensional image. There we are, just a little bit more shaping.
Yeah, Dad, you
Like
can
so.
make a 2-dimensional image look a lot like 3D.
Yeah.
You can do that when
That's what we're trying to do, Nico, yeah. So you can see we're nearly finished on the, we're just trying to finish off all the last bits of detail.
Where did I put that?
Let's have a little look. And then again, the centerpiece, we just shape it. And what we're doing to shape that, we're using a reverse angle. Using that reverse angle of the cutting blade. That's Thomas the Woodcarver doing a different type of carving in the background. He's doing some cutting up wood for the fire. There we are. So just a little bit of shaping on those petals. And what I would probably do after I finish the live stream is to just put this on the belt sander, and it'll just flatten off those edges a little bit. There we are. So to give you an idea, I've got that one there, and that's the sort of candle holder. candle holder, pen holder, sorry. That's the sort of pen holder that we're working on. And yeah, that'll be sort of stuck somewhere on there. We'll decide a good position for it. That'll be stuck on there. And this is ideal because, of course, the rose, I know you use it as a national emblem in the US, I think, but it's the English national emblem. We've got the rugby coming up, and they have the rose on the rugby shirt. So that's the idea, is we'll stick it on the front of there like so. Bit of sanding, and that'll finish nicely.
I think there's too much work in that.
Well, there we are. But it's, there we are. So Thomas the Woodcarver's given his verdict. After we've carved it all out, Thomas the Woodcarver decides that's not a goer.
No, I did it. I did one myself.
Yeah.
I was showing everybody the
Well,
finished.
you see, look, we got the Tudor rose like so. I showed them those two there. Yeah. So I was showing everyone that one there. Right. Let's go on to. We've got our sheep.
What we're doing with those pen holders?
We're trying to make it an affordable gift, really, aren't we?
Exactly.
That's what we're looking at. And for yourselves, you know,
Once you get over a certain price,
yeah, then it becomes less affordable.
and I've got the box over here, Dave. I can show other people.
But what I would always say on things like that is make it, see what happens.
You see,
Here we are.
that's just
Well,
about an eighth of
yeah.
an inch full.
And if you compare that in comparison, there's no carving in that. It's all scroll saw work.
So you're looking at, you can cut 3 of those out at one time.
Yeah.
You can do the stack cutting.
Yeah.
Another one there.
Yeah. There you go. Simple anchor
shapes,
design.
Simple shapes.
Yeah.
And we can stick them on for a variety of different. It'll appeal to a number of it. You know, you got the fish, you got the bird on there. So
It's basically we're hopeful. We're always optimistic, aren't we? We're always optimistic, and so what we're hoping is that this year we will see more people through the workshop.
what did you want to cut out on you, Dave?
I tell you all it was is I got it ready on a split screen to go. If there's anything you've got there for cutting out on the scroll saw, it's just for anyone more interested in the scroll saw, they can just see you. You may want to zoom the camera out a little bit. But yeah, do you want me to put the split screen on?
I've got two spoons that I marked out.
Yeah.
I'll cut the one on the bandsaw now and I'll drill it.
There we are.
Leave that one there.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's one of our.
And brilliant.
Okay, you tell me when you're ready.
No, you carry on. You carry on.
Okay.
You tell me when you're scroll sawing. Right, what we're on to now, as you can see as well, is our sheep design. And yeah, going back to it, what we do, like Dad was saying, he feels that is too much work, is too much carving, because the idea is to have gift items under £15. We will have other gift items under £10, and hopefully then, you know, other gift items down under £5. You know, that's the target. That's why we do a lot of key rings, which proved very successful last year. Key rings with just an initial cutout, which we got a demonstration of on one of the videos. But if we can cater for all sorts of different things, my attitude is always we'll make it and see what happens, because sometimes, like what he was saying, is there's too much work in that in comparison to the other things that just need to be cut out on the scroll saw. But my attitude is always, we'll give it a go. If it doesn't go, there we are. You've had a go. You've tried it. Hasn't worked. Don't worry about it. But there's always a chance that it may sell and it may be popular. And that's happened a number of times when the very thing you think is going to struggle to sell is the best seller. So, yeah, sales is something that we've done for many, many years, and we still never figured it out. Right, so what I'm doing, as you can see, I'm getting the shape of the sheep. I've got those stock cuts once more. Okie doke, I'll put you on the split screen. So there we are. We're across the split screen. Yeah, you carry on, Yeah, as I said, you may just want to zoom that camera out a little bit. It's your camera. You remember it? Don't worry if you don't know. Just leave it as it is. but it's just so everyone can see a little bit of the scroll sawing as well. It's Thomas the Wood. The camera I'm using there is Thomas the Woodcarver's old camcorder, and you should be able to see fine. Yeah, there we are. He's gone. He's going for it. And what it means as well is that whilst he's doing that, I can explain a bit about what he's doing at the same time. So yeah, he's scroll sawing. What he's working on is let me see. Right, he's got a Lovespoon design, a popular one that's got the Celtic eternity sign, the Trinity knot. So this is what we use as well. That's why, you know, things like the sheep, the daffodil, the dragon, the Lovespoon itself, but the Celtic symbols as well. We make use of all of the unique sort of cultural things and symbols, ideas available to us. We take advantage of all of those things to create different items in wood. This one of my favourite sort of things to do, cartoon carvings. I would love to do, when I get a chance, I'm going to do a video purely on cartoon carvings. All of that will end up on our display. Absolutely fine. I mean, I'll ask everyone, is that okay? The only thing, your hand nearest the camera. Sorry? Just watch your hand nearest the camera. That's fine, you carry on. Okay. You carry on. There we are. You can see, we put it on there, so you've got the two things to be able to see. So hopefully it's something a little bit different to finish off this live stream as we're carving. Alright, so yeah, we can see we're working on this cartoon carving, and that is something that I want to do. Looks great, thank you, Carver. No, it's great to have feedback on it, because when you're doing the live stream, you don't always know how it comes across to everybody. It'll be nice if we just get through the whole live stream this time without any glitches. Gives us something that we can sort of build on. And cartoon carvings, back to that. I'd like to do a whole video demonstration where I carve all sorts of different cartoon characters. So ones that I've already done, I've done an evil minion, that was fun. I've done the Roadrunner, the Tasmanian Devil, we did Yosemite Sam, Tweety, what other ones? Droopy, I've done Popeye before, so that's something I'd like to do again, just as a bit of fun, is a demonstration to show how you can carve cartoons. They're just fun things to do. But it's having time to do it all. Since we've been away, we've been quite fortunate in terms of we've had a number of requests for different bespoke spoons. So it's always good to have those requests coming in, especially at this time of year, because you can be, you know, it can be a long wait until the season starts for us in Easter, which is when the sort of traditional tourist season starts here. But we're waiting to see what will happen this year, because a bit concerning, because they're introducing a tourist tax, so that may have quite a negative impact on visitor numbers in Wales. Not an idea we agree with, unfortunately, but we'll say no more. I won't mention it to Thomas the Woodcarver, otherwise he'll say plenty. Right, so where you can see, any of you who are starting off with carving, where you see little bits of detail that sort of don't carve away, yeah, just go back over your stop cut, carve it deeper, like so, just to take those things away. You can just see as well, little flake there. That's nothing to panic about. Things like that will happen. When you first start carving, when things like that happen, when a little piece flicks away, sort of disintegrates a bit, that can be a bit alarming for the new wood carver. but it doesn't have to be. It's something you can, as you can see, you'll see now, it's something that can be easily remedied. Right, so the stop cut over the top, like so. We get that just where that ear goes in, like so. You can see we just bevel the edge. Bevel the edge as well of the hair of our cartoon sheep. And when it comes to designing stuff like this, what I do is I use different methods for it, but my favourite method at the moment is to go online and to find an image that you like, and then I sort of use it as a reference and do my own take on it. So I adapt it and change it to make it my own style and to fit with my own style of carving. And what it does then, see, is it develops you in terms of your drawing ability. So that's a little method that I'm enjoying using. Right, so we'll have one there, and one there, one there, and one there, and then create 2 circles to go around the outside of the eyes. So yeah, those are some things that we will have coming up. I hope I'll get a chance to do that cartoon one. That would be fun. So I haven't filmed any of that. We definitely got a Valentine's video coming up if I can get it finished in time, because we're working on it at the moment. We'll have sort of insights into methods and techniques that we use. We'll also share a few thoughts on the plight of the artisan. That was one video that we got there, and all sorts of other demonstrations, things like showing how we make small items, things like that, different jewellery, all sorts. So hopefully it'll be an interesting year. And as we'll have plenty of live streams, we'll continue with the shorts. Any others as well, any sort of requests, we're always open to requests. We love, if there's a specific area that somebody wants us to focus on, let us know, because we always like to cater. Oh, and a strange one I had to do today, we always like to keep you updated on what's going on. Yeah, I had to put the first copyright request in. I've never done this before, and if the person who did it watches this video, yeah, I mean, I don't know what you thought I don't know why you did it, because like, we've had a few people lift parts of our videos, and I said, oh, okay, you've done a bit of work, but in this example, they just lifted my entire video and put it out as their own, and the algorithm, the much maligned YouTube algorithm, picked up that it was my video, and yeah, I've put in a request for it to be removed because they just took my video and uploaded it again. Well, sorry guys, but you've done nothing. You contributed nothing to it, so I don't think that, I don't know. Be interested to know what other people's thoughts are, but I don't think that's right myself. When somebody's put absolutely no work into something, they can just upload it for themselves. And think that that's fine. I don't know what people are thinking about there, to be honest with you, because we're very, very grateful that the support that we get on the channel, always. It's always great, you know, and it's always very much appreciated, because without the support, then there, you know, it would be we'd only be making the videos for our own sort of fun and satisfaction. But the fact that people do support us, it is really much appreciated. But when somebody just steals your work like that, after you've spent a lot of time working on it, that's a bit much. I was not particularly impressed, but there we are. We certainly won't be worrying about it for too long. But it will be removed. well, I've requested it to be removed. Because the thing is that the way it works with YouTube, I don't want the person to get a copyright strike, because 3 of those and they take you off the platform, but they've got 7 days to comply. If monetized, would you receive the revenue? I don't know. I honestly don't know with it. No, I don't know what would happen with that. What it was a YouTube short that I'd made over Christmas. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't particularly successful. Truth is, here we are. Here's the truth behind the story. What happened? I forgot about it and uploaded it after Christmas, and it was a Santa one. So it wasn't really. It was uploaded just after Christmas. I had it on my videos ready to go. I forgot about it, and I thought I'll upload it anyway now, because, as you well know, I'm always sort of on to the next thing, and so it wouldn't have fitted in to leave it. But I don't know what would have happened in terms of any ad revenue generated with it. I just didn't like the way they'd done it. So I've left my email for them as well, so if they want to email me, I can explain. We'll have a look as well. Oh, we got drinks coming in, so we must be heading towards the end of the live stream. Well, you can see Thomas the Woodcarver's making great progress there. He's he's on to he's nearly finished. This is going to be a bit of a race now. Can I get this done in time? Can I finish this one off in the time that Thomas the Woodcarver's cutting out the what we refer to as the Celtic Eternity sign, the Trinity knot. If you've never done it before as well and you enjoy wood carving, I would highly recommend having a go at cartoon carving, because it really is great fun. Yeah, that's going back to it. That's why I gave them, there's an option to give them notice to remove it. So it doesn't mean they haven't been given a copyright strike. They'll only get a copyright strike if they don't comply with the request to remove it. So I don't want them to get a strike, but they will do if they don't do what they've been asked to do. Right, we're well on there. Because my attitude is to try and give people the benefit of the doubt, and sort of think perhaps they don't fully realise what they're doing, and so give them the benefit of the doubt. They've got their opportunity now to remove it. Right, so you can see we've got that sheep design carved out. You get a little bit of, the nice thing with the sheep is you can have, because it's woolly, you can give it a bit of a rougher finish, and when you shellac it, it'll make it look like that wool. And then to finish it off, we got Cymru on there, and of course that is the Cymru is Welsh for Wales. So we have a lot of visitors in the workshop, and they're on holiday, visiting the area, and they'll be asking us then, what does that mean? And so we can explain that that is Welsh for Wales. And again, when it comes to doing letters, what we can do is to just use different fingernail gouges to build up the shape. I'm just looking there now. Thomas the Woodcarver's got 3 more cuts to do, and the surround. So he's making good progress. So he's fresh in from seeing Nico in the concert, straight onto the scroll saw. And that's basically what, you know, with our workshop, that's how it all works. You're making stuff on the scroll saw, you're designing stuff, you're making stuff then on the with the hand tools. So generally speaking, the scroll saw is our sort of workhorse for getting the basic shapes ready, and then the hand tools to add a little bit of extra detail. There we go. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just finishing off. So we got CYMRU. I'll turn that round so you can see it. And I'll put my camera on quick. And then I'll go over to Thomas Woodcarver. So there's my camera. You can see that design. Our sheet design like so. There we go. That's what we made. And to finish off, you'll have to excuse the writing. We'll have to make sure we clear the screen next week so we get rid of all of the writing on there. But to finish off, I'm going to have a drink and we can watch Thomas Woodcarver cutting out on the scroll saw. It's a nice change for me, this, to be able to watch him doing that and enjoy doing it. Oh, there we are. I'm happy with the sheep. I know they say self-praise is no recommendation, but I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. So you can see that I'm looking at all the settings there. It's on manual. It's got an hour to record. It's paused. And it's shown all the information. Oh, I'm thinking now, have we lost the sound? To be able to watch him doing that and, no, we haven't lost the sound. I just checked it. Because what it is, I've got the microphone on mine. Next week, it should be slightly different because I got a second microphone. So that'll make a difference. And it just means that we can have the camera in two places with the sound. So yeah, all good. And hopefully that's an interesting little insight for you all. So he's just cutting out the last few cuts on there. Just doing that last little one on the bottom of that Trinity knot. So again, the process that we do, you can get a basic outline cut on the scroll saw, and then afterwards we can get that detail. And the idea with the Trinity knot is you try and create that effect that is overlapping, that is going under and over. And Thomas Woodcarver, his scroll saw is slightly better than mine. So we both work with a Hegner Multicut 2S, but he's got the newer version, and it is slightly better. The other thing as well, his base is on a solid floor, and so his setup is slightly better than mine. One of the main things is the blower. The blower on mine blows the dust directly into your face. As with his, it's that hose, that purple hose, and because it's slightly longer, it blows the dust to the side. And we can just see, he's just coming in to cut that surround. And fair dues, he's making quick work of it. What's happened, see that one there, there's a company that do tours in Wales, and they have a lot of visitors from a place like America, the US, throughout the US and Australia, places like that. And every time they come, they have a Lovespoon for them. So we do have quite a few of those that we're selling. And we've sold 2 last week. So we're in the process of replacing them. Hopefully as well, seeing this gives you an idea of just how valuable the scroll saw is to what we do. So the scroll saw and the hand carving tools together, that is in essence what our, how can I explain, point of difference, what we offer then, that's what we really have to offer. Our unique way of creating, put it that way. Now you'll notice that he's gone off to the side. The reason that he's going off to the side there when he's cutting is because we leave a little bit more wood when it comes to the bowl. So we take the bulk of the bowl out using the router and a template, and it just means that it's easier for us to cut out on that router. Afterwards, we'll use the bandsaw to cut around the shape of the bowl, and the belt sander to refine the back. The final part of that process then of working on the bowl is to hand carve it all back out and then hand sand both inside the bowl and the back of the bowl itself. But there we are. That's our first live stream for 2023. I think it's all gone quite well. As I mentioned, next week the plan is, because it's the week of St Dwynwen's Day, which will be on the Wednesday, we'll be live streaming on the Monday, and we're going to do a little bit of a talk on our own collection of love spoons, and then we're going to demonstrate the process of how we we make love spoons here at our family workshop. So hopefully it'll be interesting. Hopefully this one's been interesting. Thank you all, as always, for joining us. We hope you have a great week, and we'll have our upload on a Wednesday and our shorts on a Friday. Thanks again.